He's my senior, by the way. He might be my bully when I was in my high school or middle school. I don't know, like you might
You
have
sure?
bullied me.
I don't even see you in there. I bully you.
As two prominent leaders in our college, how do you see AI?
You imagine you putting your hard works for 15 years to learn about some things, and then this thing just show up, burn away all your 15 years efforts.
You give you a random animation like that, but it's not 100% is the animation that I want. You come into this college, then you say I'm then your assignment will expect me to just
Hey, don't bring haters to the chat. Don't bring haters to the chat.
Aaron, I think you are about to lose your job and students will not like you anymore. Huh? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Claz'Talk. I'm your host, Vean. And before we kickstart episode 3, I made a promise to everyone that I will be picking out the funniest comment and I'll be reading it out at the start and at the beginning of the episode. So before we introduce our exclusive guest of today, let me read the funniest comment of episode 2. I don't think this is a little bit of a roast of me, but never mind, I still find it damn funny. So last episode we had Yasin and also Wonlong being with us and we discussed a lot about movies and things like that. So here we have one comment from Nigel Yong79. And Nigel Yong79 mentioned that Wonlong being the antithesis of Vean wasn't on my bingo card. But here we are. No worries dude, Vean is just too bitter to enjoy any hope core movies. We stand the hopeful and positive movies in this household. Yes, okay, I do not enjoy any hope core movies. I will die on this hill. Project Hail Mary was not good. Okay guys, before we jump into our episode today, I would like to give a quick shout out to our episode sponsor Big. Starting from even shavers to markers to pens, lighters. If you guys are in the market looking for any of these varieties that is being offered by Big, do look out for them. And once again, thanks for Big for sponsoring this video. As the title can tell you, today's episode will be a little bit more sensitive when it comes to creative individuals because we will be diving a little bit on AI and things like that. So without wasting any more time, let me just quickly throw the ball to them. We have Arlex and also Aaron in the house today. So let them quickly introduce themselves. Let's start with Arlex.
Oh, I'm Alex. So I'm one of the lecturers and the lead in Claz'room College. Yeah.
Where do you come from, Alex? Your hometown? Are you natively from here or where are you from?
I'm from Tanjong Karang.
Then move on to Aaron.
I am Aaron, so I'm lead of animation and also VFX. So I'm from same hometown with Vean. Case Kamat Johor.
I keep forgetting this, yeah.
Yeah.
He's my senior, by the way.
Is
those
it?
Those that are from
SMK Sekolah Bentara Dalam.
yeah.
Is it?
He might be my bully when I was in my high school or middle school. I don't know, like you might
You
have
sure?
bullied me.
I don't even see you in there. I bully you.
So yeah, that was the quick introduction of Alex and also Aaron. So in today's episode, basically, we will be speaking about I wouldn't say disturbing, but very much that will always run on the minds of creative individuals. They will be always worried about this new boom or this new bubble AI. So today we will be talking a little bit on AI and then I will be getting inputs from both our lecturers over here on what is their take on AI and what is our future like, and also get to know them a bit more and see why and how they got in this position here. So let's start with Alex. How and why did you pick this industry and why not be a doctor? Why not be a lawyer?
What get me into art, right? I think it's my elder brothers and together with my father as well. Because my elder brothers who've been encouraging me to studying art. Yeah, and then the gaming thingies, right? Actually is introduced by my fathers. Because when we are kids, actually my father's bought us the first console and then he introduced the game to us.
What a nice father.
Yeah, he's a nice father, to be honest.
Not all fathers will get us consoles, you know. Some father will beat us if we touch the console. But okay. Alright, what console was your first console?
Those kind of tape console.
Oh, okay.
Like those kind of pixel game Mario, you know. He spent time with me as well, like playing a lot of games, especially I think StarCraft.
Oh.
You start out with a base, and then you slowly build your unit, and then you try to destroy your opponents. And then my father is addicted to it as well. Yeah, that's why he's spending a lot of time playing this game together with me.
So that is how you got influenced to do art. Hey, but before that, Alex, you must describe your father's profession first. He is a gamer. He is also a cool father, but you need to explain your father's profession.
Yeah, he's a teacher and also a headmaster.
A teacher and a headmaster, but then a cool gamer.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He used to be a gamer, but in the end, you know, being a father, you need to be a role model. Yeah, and then in the end, he end up like not playing too much of game after that. No Lego, because I'm the headmaster's son, right? You know, the power to access to those kind of free Lego inside the school, and then I go into those kind of.
So you abuse your father's powers to get access to all these places, huh? Okay?
Yeah, and then using those kind of Lego. And also, I asked my father, can I bring back the Lego to my house? And then I can, you know, build some level design. Yeah, so I kind of like abuse the
school's property and father's power.
Yeah.
But okay, that is I would say, a very touching story also from you, you know, how your father has influenced and how you actually started. Now, Aaron, so what got you into this whole industry? What made you interested in him?
I mean, from small, I already liked drawing lah. Okay, but if really into 3D, because I not start first like doing VFX or animation. Actually, I start with doing 3D modeling first. So actually, when I saw, I think I from 3, not sure. Okay, I saw Final Fantasy Adventure. Wow, it's that time. The quality is like very impressive to me. So I like, is it I can do that kind of character or animation myself? So yeah, end up I at here lah, learning 3D more animation first.
You describe a little bit more on that. You mean here? So you were once a student in Claz'room also. How many years ago?
How many years ago? I think 12 years. 12 years?
12 years ago, he's an proud alum of Claz'room College.
I think, is it the first batch?
Second batch.
Oh,
second batch. Second ever batch of Claz'room College. Right now, proudly sitting over here as the lead of VFX and animation.
But before I really joined to this field, I'm actually not animation student or modeling student. I actually got study electronic engineering before.
You finished it?
No lah, because it's too boring for me.
Electronical engineering where?
Aman. College. Why is because yes, my father asked me to try, so I try because he's the one to pay money, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I have to follow. Okay, so after I tried, then I found out
it's not what you would like to do.
Yes, it's not what I like to do. Then end up after Laman, right? After I study at there, after finish school, every day go basketball.
Okay. So basketball is your
hobby.
Yeah.
I mean, it's your main goal.
Yeah. Then after that, I studied around like 2 semesters. Then I found out like, it's not
what you would
like to do. Okay, in my future. So try to change lah. I try to talk with my father. Then they agree.
Oh, okay. But I'm very sure 12 years ago or 13 years ago, right? Any typical Asian parent, right? They wouldn't have said, wow, you can go into this industry and make money, meh? You go into this, what you can do. People would have thought that, what you will do is you sit at Malacca, draw caricature of another person, then you get money, or you go draw comics.
Or another thing is, you do art, you die only famous.
Yes. So like it's very difficult to justify this whole career line, ma. But do you regret not becoming an electronical engineer?
No. No offense. I know electronic engineering
He's saying
earn
that
a lot of money, but I cannot.
not for everyone. Not especially not meant for Aaron. Aaron was only in Raman College to play basketball and also enjoy. Look at Langlois, right?
No. I mean that course don't have much Langlois. I don't know now.
Now don't know. Okay. Let's go into one other part that I wanna ask from you guys. Okay, for those of people out there that do not know what is digital illustration, VFX, or animation, right? If you can describe illustration in general in maybe a sentence, how would you describe it to a parent that would like to allow their kids to come and study over here? Why do you think they should allow the kids?
If you want me to describe this to the parents, right? Because in the end, nowadays the youngster, they love to create their own stuff, like illustrations, like creating their own design. Yeah, it's about crafting and creativity as well. They want to create their own storytelling with the illustrations. Maybe they want to create characters for games with storytelling as well. So these are about those kind of creations, crafting, and even creative.
Okay. How about for VFX and animation? I think when comparing digital illustration to VFX and animation, right, I genuinely feel VFX and animation have an easier time. Because parents, they can watch movies. They know what is animation. So it's easier for the students to explain. So how do you describe VFX to, let's not just say parents, like general people, how do you explain VFX?
Let's say I want this environment into a space environment. So we have to go to green screen. Okay, of course. Then we can remove the green screen, then replace ourselves in the space. So let's say now you want to pet a tiger in the movie. You can't really go to the zoo and tell the tiger to don't bite the person or don't eat the person, right? So everything we do it in shooting into a green screen or blue screen. So we replace the footage or replace the green screen, the object to the tiger. Then we animate in animation, using animation, animate the tiger and rendering inside.
Yes, correct. So not everything can be done practically, man. Like you said, petting a tiger can be done practically, but it requires more budget, more money, and requires extremely more time because now you have to train the tiger and things. With VFX, you cut that whole thing into half. So this is VFX, animation, and illustration. Now the question that everyone has in their mind, or the thing that I would say is inevitable, that is causing the RAM prices to go up like nobody's business. Nobody can build custom PCs anymore and everything because of AI. Okay, everyone looks at AI right now, at least, the general public, not in industry. People look at this thing as a threat, right? People look at it as a threat because they feel like, AI will take over my job. So as two prominent leaders in our college, how do you see AI?
Just now he mentions about it's a threat for everybody's. You imagine you putting your hard works for 15 years to learn about some things, and then this thing just show up, and then he's kind of like burn away all your 15 years efforts. Yeah, it feels something like that. I mean, like putting so much of blood and hard work into practicing this, and then you can do it one click away, right?
Correct,
So,
yeah.
for sure, I mean, as a human, for myself, I feel very sad, right? I mean, like, I'm putting so many years, and then in the end, I kind of like feels like I'm back to square again, and then something is like replacing me, right? But if talk about like this AI thing, it will be implemented quite a lot in like productions pipeline, and even like when it comes to business, because AI is kind of like can speed up the whole process. Yeah, but is it will be replacing like maybe some role or anything? I think I'm not so sure about that when it comes to in futures. But if talk about like illustrations, right? Yeah, when back then we also have the digital arts
Correct.
and the traditional art, right? Especially moving on from the traditional art like to digital art, a lot of them they also quite against this thing. But this one, the effect or the impact is not so much yet, because you can see that like from transitions from traditional art to digital art, right? In the end, you still need to do a lot of like crafting works. Yeah, you still need to do the job for it. I mean, you
still need to have the skill to do it.
Yes, you need.
It is
to
not
still,
just typing words into a prompter and then expecting to get the results of a 90,000, 1 million ringgit worth of Goya artwork.
Yeah, true. So that is why you can see now is so big difference now. Like you just key in a prompt, then you get something really.
Yep.
So it feels like so easy, you know, like to create a full illustrations, or maybe to create a characters.
I'll circle back to the point, so we will put a pin on that. Aaron, what is your take?
For me lah, if I want to do an animation, if you use AI, so it feels like Genshin game or gacha game. So you have to draw. Okay, you have to pay money. You type your prompt. Okay, so same like gacha, you have to pay and then you draw. You give you a random animation like that, but it's not 100% is the animation that I want. So maybe it's only can be my reference. Let's say some angle, some movement. There are specific movement that I want. Maybe AI cannot help me to generate it. Or yeah, you see like VFX just now, like a lot of VFX maybe like excited like this thing coming in. Yeah, maybe like explosion, those kind of explosion or magic on my hand, that kind of effects is easy for you to do. So like specific, I want to do a Hadoken like that. AI also can easily help you to do. But let's say you want to do a special one, okay, with rocks explode. Okay, you storm to the floor. Then the floor explode. Then you adding with a thunder, those things. Maybe AI sometimes you mess up, give you last time I test, okay, same like I want storm to the floor and then with a thunder, then the AI give me a stick on my hand like that, and then the stick come out with the thunder, then the floor is
you become Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, so
with the stick on your hand.
I'm not sure. Okay, maybe AI can do is like I found out some AI can starting to replace like you take out let's say I shoot in a scene. Okay, I can easily take you, come out to another place, something like green screen lah. Okay, yeah, you see, we'll replace new artists or After Effects artists. I think yes, you can use AI to prompt the video, but you still need new artists to help you to paste or touch up those things lah. Yeah,
I genuinely believe that if AI is such a threat to human being that, you know, it's going to take away and destroy everything, right? The one that is enhancing AI, the one that is creating and coming up with all this data center, they will also be aware of the repercussions of this action. So at the end of the day, like what Alex mentioned earlier, there will always be value for human work, for human touch. People might buy AI art, people might get AI, you know, to go and, I would say, substitute artists to do whatever. But the moment us as human being collectively, we see something that is not made by human, we will not have the interest to go and engage with it. That is why after this, actually, I believe traditional art will do even better because people will start to appreciate things more. People will be like, oh, in this day and age, you can still draw like this when, like what Alex mentioned earlier, all you have to do right now, the transition last time is from airbrush to digital or from traditional art to digital, still requires skill for you to learn something. But right now, people are angry because you take away the learning process. There's no need for you to learn anything. You just have to know how to write, how to prompt. Yeah, to circle back to your point just now, whether or not it will replace, I also don't think it will replace. But as artists, you guys can agree, ma. You guys can also, like you said just now, you will use it maybe as a reference to get the point you want, to get the perspective you want, to get a rough idea.
And also it's a good tools for the client as well. Because back then, right, client hardly to explain or maybe direct you like the things that they want. So nowadays, right, they can at least prompt a visual to at least to deliver to the artist that this is kind of like the visual directions that they want. So it also makes the artist's life easier lah, especially when you work as a freelancers or maybe as a, you know, in productions pipeline.
Too much of AI, later then people will say this whole thing is also ChatGPT generated.
AI, guys.
We actually not real.
It's not real.
Even though we are not real here.
This is
We also, I've
This
seen
is
that
prop.
one Chinese video, the guy will be like, you have seen the whole video, but do you know that I am not real, the background is not real, Zzz, everything goes away, man. I genuinely believe instead of being afraid of what AI will do to your career, you rather have to focus on how to improve. What other additional things that you can do to go and be better? Right now, like what you said, right? Prompting is a thing, like so easy for you to prompt. So we are at this era where we have to be better. We have to push ourselves. If we are too comfortable at the position that we are locked in, we are too comfortable with the skill set that we already have, then we will definitely be beat. So we have to, you know, right? You agree?
I don't know what AI can do. Maybe after 5 years, he can do even more because, you know, it's a machines. He
Yeah.
can learn in, you know, he won't get tired.
This is where that meme comes in, you know. My boss said AI will replace me. When? So finally, if AI can start doing chores, can start folding your clothes, and can start cleaning your cat's litter box, can start feeding your cat, do all these kind of things, help you with your daily life at a very cheap price, then I think AI is actually good. I support AI. but if it is replacing artists, if it is stealing people's artwork without any proper, you know, remuneration, without any proper compensation, that is really bad. So for all those people out there making roti canai who's always posting the Kana Curry House, they like to post this meme. They like to say that AI is going to replace me. When? You know? when? So one day, don't know, your roti canai might be flipped by one AI. Your curry might also be made by AI. Everything lah, okay, your top fun, everything might come from AI. Yes, it is crazy. But let's now move into one more, I think, a little bit more controversial thing. Since all of us own a PlayStation, but do you know the recent news by PlayStation 5?
I know, they don't produce the physical disc anymore.
Starting from 2028, PlayStation will not be producing physical game anymore. I am extremely sad because I have benefited from both of them a lot. He has borrowed me a few games already. Aaron has borrowed me my favorite Devil May Cry that I'm yet to play. But now, I lose my access to abuse, you know, Taiko that already buy game. I just, you know, borrow and play. I cannot abuse this anymore. So, what do you think about PlayStation's move? Will you be switching to Xbox? Please switch so that I can borrow games from you guys.
If you talk about this one, it's quite personal. I mean, it's quite personal.
Me, I'm okay with both. if he got come out
A way
deluxe
to
version, that physical one. Then inside you have the
Code.
digital code. Then I'm okay with that one.
like that is what GTA 6 is doing right now.
Yeah,
They shipping out without any disc, but they only got code inside.
yeah.
Mm.
But if only digital without those
Merchandise.
merchandise, then I'm not okay lah.
But I think they should do it like, for example, you get the deluxe versions, you get the physical disc
Yeah.
for the collector.
Yes.
So I think for me, if you totally, move away the physical disc, I think it's a bad move lah. Because for some of us, like as a collector, we want to collect the discs and
Yes.
then we want to collect the merchandise.
Yeah.
But for some of the gamers, they don't care. Like for those kind of like usual, like those kind of Steam, you won't
Yeah.
you won't
You
buy
won't-
a physical disc, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So with this, then we segue to our final few sessions already, which is out of all your PS games, give me your top 5 PS games. Or your top 5 games. Like you
Top
say
five
exclusive,
games,
got no many top 5 games.
So include Nintendo Switch also can, right?
Only
I cannot,
console.
cannot. Switch, please.
Why? Switch.
Oi,
Switch,
why?
please,
Why?
Okay, got a lot of Switch for okay, they got attack me already.
So
Okay.
Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda. God of War. Legend
God
of
of War?
Zelda. God of War. God of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
What game I have played? The one that you play until halfway then cannot.
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
Don't have to diss me like that, oi.
And then last one. Forget what game I have played already. Played too much game already.
But must be something, man. Think of one game. Final Fantasy, man. You didn't
Yeah,
even say-
Final Fantasy.
Oi,
Yeah, Final
Just now
Fantasy.
say Final Fantasy is your favorite game. So out of this,
That one is movie.
okay, so Legend of Zelda, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Sekiro, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Alex,
I think my favorite and my first game also is the Final Fantasy 7. Yeah, you know the very low poly guy.
I know.
that is-
I know.
That is
I know.
my favorite game. Like when I'm in childhood. The second game, I think, is the God of War. One of my childhood game as well. Thanks to my brother. Third one, I think it will be the Soul series, especially Dark Soul lah.
Oh, Soul series from
Yeah.
Software.
Yeah, from Software.
From Software.
I think from Software, one of my favorite is the Bloodborne. The fourth one, I think, actually is the Last of Us.
Last of Us.
Yeah,
Last of Us.
yeah,
Naughty
the Last
Dog
of Us.
Last of Us.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But maybe a lot of people complain about the episode 2. I'm agree with that. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, I'm agree with that. Like, why no spoiler. No, but
Nah, no spoiler. Yes.
a lot of people complain about the storytelling. But the gameplay is very, very good. Especially I like the episode 1. I mean, the
Yeah, a
episode
lot of people
1.
really, really love
Yeah.
The Last of Us, the first one.
Yeah, I like the first one so much.
Mm.
Yeah.
What is your fifth one? I wanna
Actually,
know.
my fifth one is the Persona series.
Oh, thank God. I thought he was about to say. So your honorable mention, later I'll ask you how come Death Stranding is not there.
Death Stranding, maybe you say that why it's not there. Actually, I like Death Stranding, but somehow, most of them, they are my childhood games.
Yeah, Persona is
Yeah, Persona is my childhood game also.
correct.
So that's why I really like it. Like, I mean, like the Persona series.
What is the game that you enjoy playing right now? Now you enjoy playing the most. Just now was your top 5, man. Right now you enjoy playing
Mobile.
Xbox, mobile, HOK.
Yeah, I play a lot.
Not
Sorry.
only you play a lot of HOK, you spend a lot of money on HOK also.
Yeah, yeah.
His HOK can buy one BMW car already.
Hey,
Sorry to
Oh my
say,
God.
mobile game is the game that I play the most now because,
Easy, convenient, man.
fast.
That's why
grow
I told
up,
you.
I don't have too much of time to
Yes.
really commit into a console game. Although I still playing console game nowadays. Like,
Yeah. So to do the closing, what advice you guys have for students that might be worried about AI? What do you guys have to say to them? Students or even people out there you don't know, anyone.
Get good and adapt the change. Yeah. What I can say, like, you must adapt the change because we don't know what is going to happen after 5 years, maybe after 10 years. Yeah, you need to adapt. Like, what's the changes? For those who can adapt, they can survive.
That is very important. So yep.
For me, think
Aaron's mic is so high up that it's covering his whole face already. Aaron's just hiding behind the mic.
Right?
You can't see me,
You
bro.
can't
It's just
see me,
hiding
bro.
behind the mic like that.
So I
Aaron?
think, yeah, student, you can hate AI, but you have to know AI also. Okay, you can hate it, but you have to know what happened to this industry, what happening to this industry lah. So yes, you I mean, especially for those students who lazy one, you are the one who need to scare losing job lah. Okay.
Correct, yes.
Yeah, if you are a hardworking student, actually, AI can help you a lot. Okay, so and also you give more advantage lah.
Any
to them.
names you want to say? Any one of your lazy student?
Don't know.
Huh?
The one.
All your, all your
Cover
students,
myself.
all your students hardworking, no lazy students in your class?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Figure out yourself lah,
don't know.
student.
Figure out yourself lah. You lazy, you must know ma, right?
Yeah, if you're hardworking, actually, you're hardworking, then you got go learn some new things. Actually, you don't worry about AI will replacing you. Okay, so because this industry, right, is actually industry needs your idea, needs your creativities. Okay, this is what industry needs. Okay, so yeah, and then my advice also, don't play too much of Roblox. Okay, play more AAA game, please. Please, students.
See, out of all the statement that has been made today, this is the most obnoxious, this is the most wild statement.
Oh my God.
Aaron just talking to the Roblox community straight and just saying, do not play Roblox.
Mean for
Do
our
not.
student lah, okay, please lah, don't
Classroom
just
college
play.
students are
Please
not
don't
allowed.
just play Roblox lah. Try different games also lah.
Aaron, you need to know,
Hey, don't bring
Yeah.
haters to the chat. Don't bring
you need
haters
to know,
the chat.
there's two very big community here. One is Minecraft, another one is Roblox.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know how many of your students are unhappy.
You come into this college, then you say I'm playing Minecraft, then your assignment will expect me to just cube.
What Aaron is trying to say is also true. Let me just try to sum up for Aaron. What Aaron is saying is actually
Don't just explore
yeah,
one game.
yes,
Okay?
yes,
You
okay,
explore more.
yes. All right, there's so much for you to like. Why people usually push AAA game is not because it is like, wow, the graphics are amazing. AAA are also some styles that you have to get involved in for you to understand what kind of world that are we, moving towards to. So, to sum up both of their advice is that when we say get good, we are not saying that you have a skill issue. You have to just, focus on how to be better. No, it's more about learning or adding on one skill onto your palette. So that is what I believe, what both Arlex and Aaron is trying to say over here. And Aaron's remarkable remark on not playing Roblox and Minecraft. Don't play so much lah. Okay. Every now and then, pause the game, come to some AAA lah.
Minecraft is a good game.
Minecraft is a good game. Minecraft.
I like the game.
Hey, Minecraft.
It's a great
is-
creative game.
Yes, correct. And Minecraft can also turn into, an extremely highly rendered game that is super tasking on your PC. But what Aaron said is what Aaron said lah. Okay. So to sum things up, I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode today. I really think we are slowly moving towards to more insightful episodes. And I'm very sure, they will be coming on the episode very soon after this to share more things as well. So till we catch you on the next one, what I need from you guys is, of course, to leave your own comment and your own take when it comes to AI, and also when it comes to gaming also as well. If you guys have your top 5 games, list it down in the comment section. And what you guys think about AI. Is it going to take away all of our job? Are we going to be wiped? Is it going to be another Terminator that's happening in our humanity? So it's all up to you on how to interpret things. We want to listen to you, so please drop your comments down in the section below. And as usual, the funniest comment from Aaron's take, okay? From what Aaron said, Roblox, but the funniest comment Yes, I'll be reading and I'll be picking them out. I'll be reading them in the next episode. With that being said, a huge thanks to our lecturers over here for forking out their time, being with us. Make sure to what? YouTube video, you must say this. Must say what? Must what?
Subscribe.
订阅
Ah,
什么小铃铛
ah,
按起
In English?
I think it's subscribe,
subscribe
like,
like share
and share.
Correct. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe this video because that's how we can actually make sure this video reaches a wider audience. And of course, if Sony, you are watching, this is my. With that being said, we sign off. Aaron, talk to Roblox. This one, say bye bye.
bye bye play games
Alex, say bye. Yay. See you guys in the next one. Ta-ta. Yay. Aaron, I think you are about to lose your job and students will not like you anymore. Huh? Go say Roblox out of all the games that Aaron had to pick.